Welcome back, students. Today we will see part 3 of networks introduction, and this starts with physical topology of ring, right? So in a ring topology, the nodes are connected as connected using dedicated point-to-point connection with only the two devices or either side of it. A signal is passed along the ring in one direction from device to device until it reaches its destination. So that is the main concept. It uses dedicated point-to-point connection with only two devices on either side of it. And a signal is passed along the ring in one direction from so that means the device will be connected in a ring shape. So here one device will be there, and here another device will be there, so it will be connected like this, right? So each device in the ring incorporates a repeater. So the repeater is mainly used for to amplify the fading of signals. So that is the use of repeater. When a device receives a signal intended for another device, it regenerates the bits and passes them along. So that is the duty of repeater. So it just regenerates the signal which fades off during that transmission distance, and it regenerates the bits and pass them along the ring. So this is the basic definition, basic explanation for ring topology. So this is the diagram that explains the ring topology. If you see here, so this is the ring, which is nothing but the connections, which is a dedicated point-to-point connection connected using repeaters, and these are the nodes that are connected to this ring topology. So the advantage of ring topology is relatively easy to install and reconfigure. Each device is linked to only its immediate neighbor. So the meaning is, if any one of the link is broken, then the device cannot able to communicate with its neighbor. So that is the meaning. So it is relatively easy in the sense we are going to connect the system with neighbor of two systems, not more than that. To add or delete a device requires changing only two connections. The only constraints are media and traffic consideration, maximum ring length and maximum number of devices. So if for example I told we are using we are using more number of repeaters to regenerate the signals, right? So if you increase the ring length, automatically the signals fades off, and the number of devices cannot be included more than so only it is limited to a particular number of devices. But adding and removing is very easy, and in addition fault isolation is also simplified. If any one of the devices is not working, we can check only the link between that devices. Generally in a ring, a signal is circulating at all the times. So it can be named as signal or it can be named as token. So whichever system wants to communicate with another system has to capture this token, and once the communication is over, so after capturing it will start transmitting. Once the communication is over, it will once again push the token into the ring. So that is the normal concept of ring topology. And if one of the device does not receive a signal within a specified period, it can issue an alarm. So this is to identify the fault with the tokens. For example, if a system acquires a token and it has been disconnected or shut down, automatically the token will not be available in the ring. So after a particular time, the alarm will be generated, and again a new token will be popped into this ring topology. The alarm alerts the network operator to the problem and its location. So these are the advantages. And if you see the disadvantages part, unidirectional traffic can be a disadvantage. So if you see the previous diagram, you can able to identify. If it is unidirectional, that means only one direction the signal can pass. So that is the meaning of unidirectional. Then that can be a disadvantage. So if you are going to implement a ring topology, if it is bidirectional, then it is effective compared to unidirectional. So a break in the ring can disable the entire network. So that is what I have told earlierly in advantage also. If there is fault isolation is easy, but if there is any break between the link, the ring structure itself collapsed and we cannot able to communicate with other devices also. This weakness can be solved by using a dual ring or a switch capable of closing off the break. Ring topology was prevalent when IBM introduced its local area network token ring. So ring topology is vanished and when IBM introduced token ring. So today the need of high-speed LANs made this topology less popular. So the meaning is high-speed LANs are coming in a bus topology. So bus topology decreases the utilization of token ring. So finally hybrid. So hybrid is not a separate topology. It is a combination of basic topologies. So what are the topologies we have learned so far? We have started with mesh topology, star topology, bus, and after that ring topology, right? So combination of more than two topologies, two or more than two topologies is known as hybrid topology. For example, we can have a main star topology with each branch connecting several systems or stations in a bus topology. So if you see this diagram, you can able to understand. So let me explain. So if you see here, this is the hub to which we are connecting three buses. So buses means nothing but it will have a backbone cable. So this is the backbone cable. Dark black line is the backbone cable to which we have taped the connection and connecting to the nodes, right? So this is bus topology. So there are three bus topologies connected with one star topology, which is the hierarchical, which looks like hierarchical in structure, right? So next comes, so that's all about topologies. So next come network models. So network models are nothing but we are going to discuss about OSI, which is Open System Interconnection Model, and another one is TCP, which is a 5-layer model. OSI is a 7-layer model and TCP is a 5-layer model. So this will be discussed in detail in chapter 2. Right, so these are the two reference models. So if there is any question based on network models, you can directly start writing about OSI and TCP based on the marks given. So next topic is categories of networks. So first category is local area network, that is represented as LAN, is usually privately owned and links the device in a single office, building or campus. So normally this local area network are connected between 100 meters and obviously if it is 100 meters it will be within a building or within a campus or within a organization. And if you want to extend this LAN, we can go for bridges, so that devices and all will be discussed with OSI model. When we are coming for OSI model, we can discuss what are the different devices that are used in the layers also, right? So if you are going to extend your LAN, then we need bridges, right? So early LANs had data rates in the 4 to 16 megabits per second. So this is the data rate of yearly LANs, and now it has been increased to 100 or 1000 Mbps. So that is the difference between earlier period LANs, and now we are using 100 to 1000 Mbps LANs. So that are known as high speed LANs, which is coming under 1000 Mbps. Right. So if you see here, this is a structure of LAN. So it is coming under star topology. We are using a hub, and through the hub we are connecting all the systems. So next comes next categories of network is WAN, which is wide area network, provides long distance transmission of data, image, audio and video information over large geographical areas. So if you want to extend LAN to wider areas, then we can go for wide area networks, so which is greater than 100 meters. We normally refer to this first as switched WAN and to the second as, so there are two types, one is switched and another one is point to point. So these are the two types of WAN available, switched, and another one is point to point, a wide area network. So switched WAN connects the end system, which usually comprise a router that connects to another LAN or WAN. So router is also a network layer based device which is used to connect one LAN to another WAN. And point to point WAN is, so router will also be discussed in a OSI layer model. And point to point WAN is normally a line leased from a telephone or cable TV provider that connects a home computer or a small LAN to an internet service provider. So point to point WAN is nothing but it connects. So normally we used to see cable TV in our homes. So that leased line connections are known as point to point WAN network, because you can just imagine if there is a cable TV operator near your home, how they will provide one single cable, and there will be a setup, there will be a box, junction box, from which the connections will be given to the homes that are available in the streets, right? So that is known as point to point. And this is connected to the internet service provider. If you are going to access with the smart TVs, like whatever TVs we are nowadays, the TVs that are supporting internet connections and all, right? So then it has to be connected to the internet service provider. So this type of WAN is often used to provide internet access. So this is an example of a diagram of switched WAN and point to point WAN. So switched WAN, we are having multiple switches, and these are the end system that are connected. And point to point WAN, we will have modem which is connected to your system. So this is, you can imagine like if you have a telephone in your home and you are connecting to the internet to dial using DSL, digital subscriber line, right? So that is an example of point to point WAN. Otherwise you can take cable TV transmission. So this is an example of switched WAN. Either it is a ATM network. So ATM means you should not think of ATM machine. So it is an this is different, which is asynchronous transfer mode network, right? So next is MAN, a metropolitan area network. So this covers an area inside a town or city, and this also includes high-speed digital subscriber line DSL to the customer, and cable TV operation is also coming under metropolitan area network, which is somewhat greater than wide area network, right? So with this we will complete, and the remaining session will be discussed in part 4. Right? Thank you.